This was outside Leeds Crown Court, and I'm going to take you through the arrest in chronological order. After him not understanding the law with regards to filming on court property, those steps, Tommy went on a legal course, to understand what contempt is. This taught him, obviously, not to stand anywhere on court property, so he checked with the police locally, there on the spot, that he was not on court property, and secondly it taught him that he could only read out what was already in the public domain. So what he read out was from his phone, and that phone was on the BBC website. So he was reading out already public information. He was not breaching the law, but that did not matter for what followed. The judge spotted him out of the window, broadcasting on his telephone from public land. Not an offence, but he sent the police down to arrest him for a totally trumped-up charge of disturbing the peace. He was standing there by himself with his phone. He wasn't disturbing the peace, and of course they never followed up with that charge. It was just a fake charge to get him off the street. It turned out he was to be jailed within 5 hours of being arrested, and he was jailed for contempt of court. In that proceeding, he was not told what he had said that was wrong. He was not allowed his own lawyer. He was not allowed any mitigation to explain. He was not even asked whether he wanted to plead guilty or not guilty. It did not matter. He was going to go to jail within that 5 hours. He was also denied full access to his appeal lawyers. These are facts as listed by the Court of Appeal when they granted him a new trial. Tommy was jailed on a Friday, and there was a bank holiday Monday following that Friday, so the court convened again on the Tuesday when the defence lawyers of that grooming gang claimed that Tommy had prejudiced the trial. But the judge and the CPS had over the weekend actually seen what Tommy had transmitted and confirmed that there was no prejudicial statements issued by Tommy. Tommy Robinson did not prejudice the trial, but that judge still left him in jail. When the judge had Tommy's statement with all these facts in that retrial, he referred the matter up to the Attorney General. This, of course, only came out much later, after the Court of Appeal granted Tommy a retrial. Because the fact is that the state had totally mucked this up, and even today we await the response from the Attorney General. A response that may be quite difficult for them because the state had simply breached the law. He was clearly innocent. Yet all you heard from the mainstream media in this time was that he had pleaded guilty. Not true.
It was a sham kangaroo court to get him off the streets. That's our
After
belief.
he was released,
I must admit.
What do you think this is all about? The contempt of court which he pleaded guilty to, or a freedom of speech issue?
Well, certainly it's a freedom of speech issue.
And of course there, Channel 4 was wrong and that gentleman was right. And then they failed to report in any way fully the Court of Appeal. They said he got off on a technicality. A technicality? And of course now, no response from the Attorney General. It's gone all quiet. A hot potato that demonstrated the total bias of the state towards Tommy Robinson and the total abuse of the judicial power exerted by the state on Tommy Robinson. So when there is injustice, how do the public who know about it react? There is a growing division between the ruling class, the media, and the people. And this division is based on injustice. But the injustice of Tommy Robinson's trial was not to finish there. What happened in prison to Tommy Robinson was nothing short of shameful.